I always knew as a kid that I wanted to be a writer, and I always made up stories and acted stuff out with other kids, and I did drama classes after school, so I knew I loved theater and I knew I loved writing. But when I was 16, I had a drama teacher in high school who let me write my own plays and write them for the other students, and something just clicked, and I thought, this is what I will do with my life, and that's what, ever since then, I went into a tunnel of playwriting.
The point when I thought that I had some gift, some talent, was when I was in the workshop for Mahesh Dattani. We had to type out the script and submit it, but I didn't have a computer, right? And it's like coming from third world where not everyone has a computer. So I had to, in the heat where it was 42 degrees, sit in a shop with a typist, and it's just a fan, and it's really hot. You can't imagine how hot it is because they had to leave the doors open. It was stuffy inside, and I had to dictate to her whatever I had written longhand, and she would go around typing. And I know she was bored. She hated her job. It was hot, but she was laughing at my jokes. And I thought, if this young girl who's bored of a job can laugh in this heat, maybe I can make the audience laugh too. Maybe there's a little gift out there. So I pursued.
I'm not sure that I ever had a moment where I decided that I wanted to be a playwright. I think as a young child, I was completely immersed in the arts by my parents and completely captivated by the arts, both writing and in terms of the performing arts. I was taken to plays a lot. And I think it wasn't really until I was at university, and a lot of my friends were actors, that I thought of putting my writing ambitions into the form of writing for performance. And the wonderful thing about university is that you have the opportunity to test those inclinations. So I could write a couple of plays, have them performed at Melbourne University with fellow students, and really see whether, I was bitten by the bug, which of course I was. Three Little Words is a part comedy, part tragedy about a couple breaking up and the effects of that separation both on themselves and on their closest friends, a lesbian couple, Bonnie and Annie.
My play, Minnie and Laraz, is a play about two obsessed bridge players who are elderly who make a deal to matchmake their grandchildren.
My new play, Melbourne Talim, it's about three Indians trying to find their rhythm in the city, Melbourne, which they've now made home. More than my career, MTC has played a huge role in my learning process. Over these 3 years, I had the time and I was given the opportunity and the facilities to learn the craft, because with this one play and going to and forth with the literary director, that's Chris Mead, going to and forth with directors and actors, I could do so much with that one play. And when you work with one play, it enhances your craft. So I think it's helped me a lot in learning the craft.
When I wrote Minnie and Laraz, I was thinking of the Melbourne Theatre Company audience. So it's really kind of cemented my work here in Melbourne, and it's also taught me a lot about writing for different audiences.
Well, MTC has been my home as a playwright for a long time now, and most of my plays have their first production at MTC. So that's naturally really where I go to with my ideas to see if the artistic director is interested. And Brett was very interested in this idea and commissioned it. So it was kind of lovely because I could develop it in my home company, and I know all the people here and love the company. It's kind of like a family. So it was a perfect place to start and then eventually test drive a new work.